Om and I are discussing the term cognitive load. Here is the original paper called Cognitive Load During Problem Solving, Effects on Learning by John Sweller from the University of New South Wales. Number 5, the last one, current theories and practice frequently assume problem solving is an effective means of learning and consequently may require modification. So the idea that on-the-job training, just throw you into the fire, we're going to throw you into the fire. That's a great way for you to develop skills. He's kind of questioning that as a theory. Again, if we go back to the mathematics example where he's given the students a bunch of math problems to solve, he's implying that maybe giving you a bunch of tests and then screaming at you to finish the tests, that you may not learn anything just by failing to do the problems.
Sure. So I can relate to our day-to-day, right? So if you're going to throw somebody in a team, sink or swim, and not expect any output from them, right? Yeah, I mean, they're going to learn what they're going to learn by osmosis, observation, etc. But this is talking to, I think, for me, this is also talking to doing things like pair programming or mob programming, right? Oftentimes that's frowned upon by management. What do you mean? Why does it take 2 people to work on that thing, right? It's like you're going to get much better output in the long run. You're building quality in whether you realize it or not. And so I think part of that is speaking to that as well for me.
Yeah, there's a couple of things in here that are, even 1988, they're still quite radical. And even if you just look at the examples he did in the paper, hey, this may not be the best way to teach people math.
Our math level in the country is just plummeting.
It probably isn't in retrospect, but also exactly what you just said, just like pairing a apprentice plumber with a master plumber, pairing a junior developer with one or more senior developers day to day, so they're not doing anything truly by themselves. Corporate America is XP came out before the Agile Manifesto.
Sure, yeah,
XP was around.
It did.
I'm quite honestly, I'm surprised that the pushback of working like this, because I would say the majority of places that I've been at, it's anathema to think that 2 developers would sit down together and solve one problem.
They would rather one developer knock out some code, even if it's dodgy, and then have somebody catch the errors and fix them. I mean, you're serializing the issue, and it's actually costing you more in the long run.
Right.
They just don't know it.
So the implication is we should rethink our assumptions of how developers learn, if they learn through their daily work, how they take time to learn while doing their daily work, and then whether we should carve out opportunities for them
to learn. Yeah, absolutely.
And, again, it's hard to have this conversation without also pushing back on the general Western corporate America culture of hey, man, learn on your own time. That's why we got this training budget that you got to jump through hoops and write your congressman to request any money from or whatever. Yeah, right. But also, something that is not apparent here is we really have no tools. I mean, there's no, while they're coming out with their products to extract maximum amount of dollars from people as a service or whatever, they're not helping you measure how mentally taxing the different types of tasks that you complete during the day. These are planning tasks, and these are discovery tasks, and these are interviews, and these are people development, and these are one-on-one, and these are whatever. All the switching and the use of a different skill set to do those different things, how mentally taxed you are. If you look at the paper, he puts some weight on the cognitive load of different problems, and he measures whether they get the answers right. And the thing to bring back to our line of work is, we just have nothing like that. What there really needs to be is there needs to be an AI that's reading from my email, reading from Slack, reading from Jira, and reading from whatever, I don't know, maybe you Git, or maybe Jenkins or whatever. I don't know, basically your systems for checking in and releasing code, and kind of assessing a cognitive load value to your development teams to say hey, this
slow down.
Yeah,
exactly. Slow down to speed up.
Basically like a risk level or something like that. Say, hey, this team is not learning.
That would be a cool thing to come up with.